Hey, what's going on, guys? Roman for Strength by Doing real quick. Just wanted to talk about something which, oddly enough, I found on a lot of YouTube videos today that might have been posted over the past few days. I just don't really catch up with all of them in one day. I don't really watch a lot of YouTube or really get on the computer too much when I'm on my weekends, so it takes me a few days to catch up on all that stuff. Plus, I'm always working on something else. But it's mainly, motivation, or trying to figure out, when you're just down, you don't really want to do anything. I mean, they say successful people do things whether they want to or not. I mean, you got to find that drive within yourself and why you want to do something a lot of times. And if you want to get better, you want to, get stronger or whatever, you're not going to just sit there and just be like, oh, well, I worked out yesterday, or I worked out a couple days ago, I'm good. Or you get to the end of the week and you've been working all weekend, or you've been working all week. Get to your weekend, you just want to sleep and relax and watch TV or whatever. You ain't got time for that, man. I mean, go out and do something. I mean, if you're always complaining about things that you need to get done, then do them. I mean, you got all this extra time. It's just all that time trying to convince yourself or look up things is, where are you doing? I mean, if you're not constantly challenging yourself, then where are you going to go? I actually try to look for challenges. I mean, these days, I needed to find hill running for Monday morning. It's supposed to be my hill running day. I didn't end up doing it. I was really tired. But this is one of the excuses. I mean, you got to listen to your body. For me, I was extremely tired. I hadn't slept a lot every day. I've had probably less than 5 hours of sleep a night, or a day rather, because I work nights, for the past almost week. So my body was to the point where I was falling asleep while just walking, or when I was trying to drive home, I was just falling asleep and almost getting into a wreck all the time. So I just decided to just sleep. But at the same time, my thoughts were to ask some people on different forums to actually, give their suggestions on where I can hill run. I don't know a lot of places where I can hill run when it's raining outside, so I got some good advice from that, and I can actually start doing that. So I mean, even though I took my day off, I still did something, and it's not an excuse. So it's just, I actually will do it. And I mean, like saying mountain biking for I don't want to say, call it, what do you go, simile, or I don't know. Thinking of words and a little tired. Also caffeinated but tired. But you sit there and you see a mountain or you see a hill, a steep climb. I mean, some people look at it and they immediately get daunted by it and get off and try to find a different way around or walk it instead of just tackling it. I mean, you might not get all the way up, or you might not make it all the way to the top the first time you do it, but at least you attacked it. At least you did something. At least you challenged yourself, because you don't know how much you can actually do until you actually do it. You can try and fail and try again. It doesn't mean you have to try again that day. I mean, heck, there's some trails like Big Cedar over in Cedar Hill or Prayer Mountain. They have hills there that, I mean, they challenge the crap out of me, and I've seen people actually make it, but even they'll say that they never made it every single time. I mean, you got to start somewhere. I mean, sometimes I make it halfway up, sometimes I make it 3/4 of the way up, sometimes I barely make it 1/4 of the way up, but that's just usually how it goes. When you walk it, I mean, it's still a struggle to carry your bike or roll your bike up the hill, or I guess you can say it's a small mountain, but it's a really long, steep incline. But it's worth doing. I mean, if you just walk it the entire way, you're just going to regret it every single step. I mean, you didn't even try. So, I mean, you did all this other stuff, but you didn't even try that. I mean, what's the point? Why not just stick to running if you're just going to get off your bike and walk every single obstacle? But that's just really how it goes. I mean, if you're tired and you're just exhausted from your work week at a desk, then why are you complaining about being too tired to go to the gym? You're too tired because you're too lazy. So get out and do something. And I mean, this, you need something to think about. What are you gonna do? How are you gonna start? Well, first you get up, then you get out, and then you do something. Grab your keys, get in your car or whatever, and then go to the gym and work out. I mean, it doesn't just pick something and start working on it. I mean, you did chest one day, do legs the next. I mean, whatever, really. You just gotta get in there. I mean, motivation takes care of itself if you're actually determined enough to do something. I mean, saying you want to get in shape because you want to look better, that'll get you started, but it won't keep you motivated. You got to figure out why you want to do it. I mean, if you want to do it for vanity, that's one thing, but what are you really doing it for? I mean, find a challenge, find a competition, find an event, and go out and do it. I mean, even if you don't win, that's okay. It gives you something to work towards. If you don't have anything to work towards, then you really have no goals. And that's really what you need to work on. I mean, all the other stuff in life, like what are you going to do and how are you going to do this, or where are you going to find time to do all this other stuff that is really meaningless towards your goals, like trying to play video games. When am I going to have time to find video games? When am I going to catch up on that show that I like watching? I got to find time to watch House on Thursday nights or whatever, which I don't do anyways. Is it on Thursday? I don't even know. But it's just like, it's not really important at all. I mean, if you don't watch it, that's fine. I mean, you might find it on Netflix someday, or I mean, it's whatever. It's not really important to your life and what your goals are. So, I mean, take that time to do something that you actually need to do. You don't have time for all this other wasted stuff. I mean, if you want to do something, read a book about what you're doing, or watch some YouTube videos on what you're trying to do. I mean, even if you're trying to figure out what routine to work on, or some training stuff. I mean, or if you're trying to work on computers, you go look up different things, new things that you didn't know about, or you had to struggle with something. Well, Google it. I mean, Google's there for a reason. I mean, everybody's looking to try to improve themselves in some way or some form. Yeah, I'll just end that there. I'm starting to rant on a little bit, or a lot, kind of going all over the place. That's what I do sometimes. But follow me at strengthbydoing.com, facebook.com/strengthbydoing, and Twitter at strengthbydoing if you really feel like it. But alright guys, take care.